Okay, here's your MPU board. This board here, I'll put my finger out of the way. This board here is your piggyback board right there. You can see it sits up off the board. I'm trying to get to the right spot there. Not this way, it'll be better. Okay, that's your piggyback board. Now right down here at the very bottom would be your battery. You see it says A1 J1 plug? That is your 5 volts going into your board. Now right here you could probably see a black wire and a red wire coming off this part of the board, which I have it running over to, well, you can't see it, but I got a, I kind of tucked it away, but I put in a battery backup, took off the battery off the board. Now the problem with this plug here, if your battery has leaked, it will destroy that plug. Okay? You have to repin it. And your displays aren't working. Right here is the plug that goes to your displays. It's at the very bottom of the board. Now let me go over here. Try to work this a little bit different here for you. Let me unplug this board. Okay.
Can I put this down there?
Yeah. Okay. Here's another thing on. Put the glass back on. Here's another part of the board here. One that I got out. This one here's got I replaced the battery in it. This thing here's had acid damage. Severely. And back here on the board is where the damage happens too. But it's not too bad up here, but as you can see, I got this one apart right now because I took the driver board out. But here again, here's your plug. And this board sits upright. And then the battery normally sits right here. I'll show you a picture of that. What happens is that battery will leak acid down. Well, with the night moves, this is on the bottom. So then when the battery leaks acid, it comes down here and goes into this plug and trashes in. There should be a pretty good picture on that. And let me see if I got a board with a battery on it. I usually pull all my batteries off because they go bad and they leak. Yeah, see, like this one here, I took the battery off a bit too. I'll put a backup on it. I put another battery, but with a diode. Let's see if I got one still got. No, I think I pulled all my batteries off. Try those problems there, see what you can come up with. If you got an owner's manual, that will kind of help you to troubleshoot some of your problems, because it's really handy, you know, for checking stuff. I don't know if you got a manual that comes with it or not, but I'll tell you, they're worth their weight in gold. Now this here is your 5 volt power supply. Your voltage comes in and then it goes through the regulator. It is distributed through the boards. And let me find a picture of the MPU board here. Give you some kind of idea what you're kind of looking at. Okay, here. It's a light driver. Okay. Here's your MPU board. Okay. This is a remake and they got it cut short, but again, this is your piggyback board. Right here's your battery. Right here's the J1 connector. Check those connectors again. The board ain't too hard to pop out. If you pull the plug off and it is green, the connectors are green or crumbling, falling apart, this is going to be your biggest problem, because you're going to have to find a Radio Shack and get some new edge connectors for it, and repair the plug. It's not that bad to repair, but it's quoting how much damage is done to your board here. It could have excessive damage because, like I said, when the acid leaks on these boards, when they're inverted like this, it runs here, and then also it can eat through the trace and come on the back side here and go into this and destroy it, and you'll get damage all back into here. But the nice thing is, with the board being inverted, it saves a lot of other damage, because when the board sits in this way in the game, the acid runs down all through here, down into here, and down up into here. It could wick over into here, all in this section. So it really will trash your board even more. So give that stuff a try. And if you got a voltmeter, check your voltage and make sure you're at least 5 volts, 5.2, give or take, but don't go much higher than that. And if your voltage is below 5 volts, like 4.9, 4.8, there's a chance your board won't boot. And if your voltage is out of spec, it won't boot, because it's got to have a good 5 volts. Also, the thing to check is put your voltmeter on AC, and then check your volts and check your 5 volts and see if there's any AC ripple in there. You could have possibly an AC ripple, and if there's too much of a ripple, it will not boot either, because it has to have a nice 5 volts to boot. So that's where we're at on that. Okay, bye.